Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I believe we're live. Oh, we already have 6 people. Welcome. Hi, everyone. I'll find out in just a minute. It's buffering, but we'll see. Hold on. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'll find out in just a minute. Oh, I just heard myself talking, so that means it worked.
That was me.
Okay, cool. I did it. Oh my god, how embarrassing. It's always something. It's always something. Thank you for being patient. Sorry, that's my cat in the background. Of course, she's got to come over and put in her 2 cents as if this wasn't awkward enough right now. Ay. Okay, so let's get our background music back up. And let me get caught up on the chat real quick. Hopefully everything is working all right. Hopefully the sound is okay. Oh, okay. Queen of 17, Miss MD Harrison, Virgo D, Juice from the Sky, welcome. Gypsy JJ, thank you so much. How's it going, Fairy Cakes? Well, it was an interesting start. Okay. Hiya. Darn it, I know, right? It's working now, though. Welcome back. Spoke too soon. Hi, Nova. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being patient with me. All right. Should have grabbed some water. I'm going to grab some water real quick. Thank you. Never mind. I have a helper. Eternity Journey. Welcome. Ale. Thank you. I decided to go with green. So I'm being going with more with like the earth tones, I guess. It's like a forest green. It looks, I don't know. It looked kind of blue with the other camera. I'm on a different one because I needed more room to read tarot, so I needed my whole table. Thank you. So, thank you so much for putting up with me, everybody. Thank you all for being here. If I haven't said hello to you yet, hello for anybody who's not in the chat. Oh, where'd it go? I'm having so many technical difficulties tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and get this reading going. Let me know how you guys have been feeling. I know I've been kind of not on social media lately. I haven't really been posting anything or talking to anybody. So I apologize ahead of time for anybody who's been kind of waiting on responses for me or wondering why I really haven't been very active on social media. I've been just traversing through a lot of integration the past, especially 3-4 days since last Friday. I started a new supplement. So somebody, I think it was Vikram, but it might have been someone else, had mentioned Harataki powder. So I decided to try it out. And let me tell you, it is an interesting, getting used to it. Your body does go through a shift. So because it does raise your vibration, anything that's kind of out of alignment with a higher vibration is going to come up. So having to process through a lot of emotional instability that I was still holding on to, a lot of emotional attachment that I still had that wasn't healthy, emotional attachment to person, people, things, outcomes, expectations, all of the stuff that I was still allowing to essentially cause me pain and suffering and like heavy unnecessary weight. Nobody needs to carry around that kind of weight. So I had to do a lot of working on processing through those emotions so I could release them and no longer carry them around. So it was kind of just really having to hide from everybody during that time. So thank you so much for everybody. Sorry, I bumped my crown now. It's all crooked. Thank you everyone for being so patient with me over the past few days. And I am going to be a little bit kind of up and down, a little bit roller coastery today. My energy has been a little bit crazy today, so I apologize if I seem a little bit woo today. It might take me another week or so before I balance back out. Just getting caught up on the chat. My computer is being very glitchy. It's not wanting to let me look down the chat at all. Finally made it, Eternity Journey. I'm so glad you're here. Emerald Green, yes. So definitely feeling the green energy, doing a lot of heart chakra healing, having to just work with a lot of that energy. So maybe that is also why I was inspired. Oh my gosh, I've been taking Harataki powder too. Awesome. How are you liking it? Did you have like a major emotional day, like the first couple days, like up and down, kind of roller coastery, anxiety, pacing, like feeling just like a little bit of a storm, like where is this energy coming from? I feel like I am about to have a panic attack, but it's not. It doesn't feel like it's mine. Left shoulder has this energy. I'm not digging it. So on the receiving side, the feminine side, I believe, is the left. Having trouble being open to love or receiving love. Feeling blocked maybe in that for the last week. You've been on it for the last week too. So I started at Friday or Saturday. Hey Queen, Nova, Eternity Ale, Miss MD, and Virgo D. Did I not say hi to you, Virgo D? If I haven't said hi yet, hi. I apologize. I was so flustered at the beginning of the live, so I really apologize. And if you guys haven't had a chance to like the video yet, please do that now. And we'll go ahead and get into the reading once I get caught up on the chat. I'm almost caught up. It detoxes the pineal gland, and my third eye is upgraded a bit, and dreams are stranger. Yeah, so I've been getting a lot of detox, like in my face, pineal glands. I had like a lot of stuff in my face start letting go that was just like, I didn't know where it was all coming from. I was like, oh, and it's not really a whole lot that I can talk about on the live, but it's just, at least not right now, maybe in the future, but it's just been a lot coming out of my skin that's just been really having to give myself a lot of love and understanding as it happens. But yes, it also detoxes the pineal gland, so everything, energy, it's just like the subtle vibrations of everything, I just feel like they're amplified. Yes, Nova. I posted a few minutes ago the song from Frozen, Let It Go. Perfect. Perfect synchronicity. Scott Murphy! Hi, beautiful family. Wonderful to be with you on a crazy magical day. Long time no see. Alright, I am all messed up with this energy. Yeah, it's been weird. It's been really weird. Fairy the Harataki powder was pretty normal for me. Yeah, I really was kind of surprised because I was expecting more like physical response, less emotional stuff, but it was just something that I noticed wasn't typical, and it was continuing. And I was like, okay, so this is definitely something being purged. And I definitely feel like it was connected to my solar plexus. And that's where I think why I was feeling the anxiety and that kind of that tension and feeling like I kind of had to piece around a little bit. So the first card I got is the Ark of the Covenant with 11. I feel like as a collective, we're all initiating into that next level. There's been a significant shift, closing out of something karmic, something from the past that was keeping you stuck in maybe more of a logical, physical sense, and rather than maybe following your heart, your passion. Apologies for that. Come on, Selena. Don't do that right now. Come on out. Come on. She always has to overdo it. Sorry, guys. It's so loud. Come on out. Come on out. Come on. Come on, baby. Good girl. Now I sound like I'm talking to a dog. Come on. So Luna, stop. That's so unnecessary. I'm so sorry, guys. That's what I get for having a small office. Everything is so loud. Okay, and so we have the Six of Roses with the Ark of Covenant, 116. And the War of the Roses is also about, like, kind of trying to choose between logical ideas, expressions of our reality, choices, directions that we go into, and then our pursuit of passion, the things that we love to do, the things that we want to do, the things that bring joy into our reality. So there is an initiation of seeing that which was karmic and that you were maybe holding on to this repeating loop cycle that was no longer needed to be repeated, and now it's time to move forward and let that go. And a lot of you are initiating into that next level, into that next reality. But some of you guys are wanting to go back into that cycle, into that loop, because it's comfortable. So this is kind of like that friendly tap on the shoulder, like that reminder, like, hey, it's time to get off the hamster wheel. Unless you want to keep running, you're never going to get to your destination, but you can keep running if you want the exercise. But it's like, here's how you get off. I feel like the left side is feminine too, Fairy. Happy Tuesday. Yes, happy Tuesday. And my eyes have been like twitching like nonstop. Like right now it's my left one. Earlier it was both of them. It's just been like and I know that the hard talkie powder does make you more sensitive to everything. Like even my phone, hearing, like I already kind of do for the most part. Like I can hear my ears will ring or something before I'll get a message, but I'm becoming more and more aware of it. And I think as we become more and more aware of the subtle vibrations and energies, we pick up on things like electromagnetic frequencies, even though they are technically below the normal range of hearing. As we raise our consciousness, we see and hear beyond what can be determined as the normal range. Shadow Playjax, welcome. So glad you're here. Your face is burning. Yeah. You're here, Alexandria. Welcome. My whole body is vibrating and some strange feeling going on in my heart. Heart chakra upgrades. Yeah. I've been getting a lot of those too. Massive compression. Solar flash coming soon. So we do have solar maximum coming up. You're looking at potentials for grid failures. It's always good to have like backup plans in case electrical wires get fried. You could lose electricity permanently or for a couple days or a couple hours. You really don't know. We haven't prepared electronically or technologically for an event like this. Last time we had an event that we have the potential for basically coming in the next couple of years was like the Carrington event. And then it like blew out some ham radios and stuff like that because technology just wasn't that advanced yet. So it's good to have some backup plans, you guys, especially the closer we get to solar maximums. In case we do lose grid power, it is pretty much, there's information out there. It's all scientifically backed and based. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is not something that's trying to put you guys into fear. This is called, hey, the sun goes through cycles, and, you know, in a couple years, there's potential that you could lose, you know, your grid or your internet or certain things. So it's good to have a little bit of a backup plan or some kind of a preparation if you don't already. Hi, everyone. Apologies for the lateness. No worries. We're kind of getting a slow start because I had some technological difficulties. Yep, I finally quit my job almost 5 years. I was so miserable. Got a new job and I really like it. Met soul family. I love that. That's beautiful. Eyes were weird today too. Yeah, my eyes have been going weird all day. And I've been kind of like on just really trying to like hyper focus on getting caught up. This first part of the day just really was tired, so I spent a lot of time laying down. And so just trying to get caught up on everything that I hadn't caught up on. I didn't really get a chance to check on the solar weather. I wish I could give you guys an energy update right now, but I just haven't even looked, so I wouldn't know what to say to you guys. Based on what I've been feeling, I definitely feel like we've had a couple flares. I'm going to say maybe in the C-class range. I don't know if we have any Earth-directed CMEs, but if we do, they'll probably be coming in the next 24 to 48 hours. Okay, so caught up on the chat. I'm going to pull some more cards. Awesome. Ooh, okay, so 13, the Buddha prepares. I mean, did I not say you guys are initiating into that next level? So some of you are initiating even into types of spiritual initiation, enlightenment initiation, mystery school initiation. But there's definitely maybe a little bit of a war of the heart going on, wanting to kind of stay in that old life you see here that's a little bit more simple, it's comfortable, you're used to it, it's normal, versus something a little bit more big, a little bit more extravagant. And this doesn't necessarily mean financially extravagant. This could be spiritually what can be considered out there, woo-woo stuff. But it could be a lot more fulfilling, a lot more spiritually abundant for you, hence the bigger castle. See how the past is playing a role in this energy. I left and came back, so I missed the last 5 minutes. A lot of you guys were feeling uninspired, blocked in your creativity in the recent past. This may have led some of you to take a step back and look at your environment, look at your reality, look at what things needed to be changed, look at what things maybe you didn't want to continue with any longer. You may be finding that your reality is not fulfilling you and time is short, or maybe time has gone by very quickly and you don't want to waste any more time doing things that are mundane or monotonous. It's time to start spicing up your life with something that's more exciting or fulfilling. And this could be spirituality, this could be witchcraft, this could be shamanism, this could be other forms of initiation into anything. This could mean multiple things. So take what resonates. Oh, mystery school. Yes, exactly. And there are those out there still, even to this day. I know some people are, oh, those are archaic. Not really. They're still happening. You and I both free from miserable job. Congratulations. The solar flash comes from inside our body. Absolutely. On the event, it's called the event. It's on the event horizon. So everything that you experience in your reality happens internally first. That's how it comes into your reality. It's an internal reaction that projects into your reality in some form. So solar flash would essentially be like a crown chakra awakening. And as the collective, enough of the collective has a crown chakra awakening, you'll have a physical event that would reflect the collective experience, internal experience. But this is only something that happens on a collective level, and it's never anything that is negative. It is never anything that is harmful to the soul or to the consciousness. This is something that we do to grow, to expand as consciousness. So 22 with Adsum, in the near future, as some of you guys are initiating into these higher levels of consciousness, these mystery schools, covens, whatever it is that you're being called to kind of initiate into as your path, your religious path or your spiritual path, there's going to be a connection to your ancestors, your guides, your deities, whatever spiritual energy you're working with on the other side of the veil is going to play a huge role into the architecture of your reality moving forward. So you're going to start integrating a lot of physical things. This could be jobs, this could be living situations, this could even be family or intimate relationship situations are all going to be integrated into the spirituality. And this could even be friends or family members that are also into the same sort of things. These could be partnerships or divine counterparts that are coming together and creating spiritual unions that are catalyzing other groups of people. You could be coming together and building businesses, building practices. So that's what this 22 is about with the Adsum. You're essentially taking all of the knowledge and understanding and signs and synchronicities that you're receiving from your guides, your ancestors from the other side, and you're anchoring that into the physical reality through your actions, through your experiences, and through your relationships with other people. We did it. Free from negative job. Yay! I've been telling people about the event for years and years now. It's happening. Yeah, and it's something that, you know, is always going to happen very gradually because we are working on a collective scale. And so just like when the rain falls, if you could take an empty lake bed, one drop of rain isn't going to fill that lake bed, but enough rain is eventually going to fill that lake bed. Imagine that, like, every person who awakens and starts connecting their crown chakra to their source and downloading that information and embodying their higher selves, that's another raindrop in that lake bed. Until that lake bed becomes full, we're going to experience that lower level, and it's not going to hit that threshold until that lake bed kind of essentially gets to the what would be considered its normal level, I guess. I'm developing a coven. So excited. I feel free. That's so beautiful. I love that. That's awesome. Yes. The prophecies are all true about the golden age, but it's a future event, not something that happened in the past. Well, the past and the future are the same. That would be from a linear point of view, and I understand what you're saying. Outside of linear speak, past and the future are essentially happening simultaneously. And your now experience, your now moment, your now vibration kind of dictates where you're maneuvering, because this part of you is coming with you, this part of you is coming with you. We are all moving together. You're all working together. We just have to take things and put them in slots and put them in past and put them in future and put them in present in order to understand them more clearly. But really, it's all happening at the exact same time. I've seen actual flashes. Has anyone else seen them? Yes. So I get them. I get them, especially when there's a lot of activity. I get it pretty regularly, but when there's a lot of activity, like when I close my eyes, or like if I blink, or if I like kind of bump into something, I'll get the flashes. It's like your head lights up inside, and it's almost like what you would. Like a lightning flash, like a flash of lightning, but it's happening inside your own head. Flashing eyes like Thor. Oh, that's cool. Beautiful. Okay, so let's continue. What does the universe recommend for everyone? So, Fairy's very tired tonight, you guys. I'm just going to warn you ahead of time. I spoke a little bit about this at the beginning of the live. I've just been a little bit up and down, roller coastery. I laid down for a while earlier so that I could finish and get caught up on my work, get all my readings shipped out, and all of that good stuff, and come on for tonight. I will not be doing the live stream tomorrow night. The live set with the band, I decided, because it's been so hard for me to function the last couple days, I haven't been able to practice, that I just don't really feel like I could perform for you guys. I feel like I would probably forget like the words on every song, so I'm just going to take tomorrow off, take this week off, and we'll be back next week for the live set. It's just, I need to take some time to really just integrate through and acclimate through because I'm doing a lot more than just the Harataki powder. That's just part of it. And so it's a pretty intense detox for me. And I have days and moments when I just really can't do much of anything but work on myself. Me too. We need sleep, Fairy. Absolutely, Ivy Wren. And thank you for being here. I don't know if I said hi to you yet. I've always had that LOL, thought my eyes were weird. Yeah, you probably have clairvoyance as a natural ability. Not every person is clairvoyant. Everybody has psychic abilities, but not everybody is going to be clairvoyant. But some people do have clairvoyance as a dominant ability, and a lot of times when we don't even realize we have it, it'll kind of show itself in different ways. Through colors behind our eyelids, flashing lights, seeing things out of the corner of our eyes, being able to see the energy in the air, the particulates like static in the air. Being able to kind of see figures and shadows as if they were almost blending through the spaces of time, as if they were kind of appearing and disappearing through the folds of reality. So Hilarion is what the universe is recommending. Pay attention to the information that's coming through on the other side. That's what's helping you transition. That's what's helping you change. It's what's helping you shift. There's a lot of wisdom. There's a lot of knowledge. He has a book. I don't know much about Hilarion, but I believe he's Ascended Master or connected to that realm in some way. So there may be some messages coming through from the Ascended Master realm that you guys need to be paying attention to. And I'm feeling like these are coming through in repeating numbers. I'm getting numbers very strongly, like repeating 5s and repeating 3s a lot more than anything. Yes, my body is adjusting to this energy as well. Extreme fatigue. My husband does too. Okay. Yes. You've been seeing lots of mists in the house this week. Yeah, so your third eye is definitely opening up. We are going into Pisces season, so keep that in mind, you guys. So this time of year is one of the best times of year, besides like right around sowing, is one of the best times of year to really start tapping into your psychic abilities, especially ones that are more feminine. And when I say feminine, I mean more on the softer, subtle, more connected to the emotional body, a little bit more even on the magnetic side. So this is working with water kinesis. This is working with clairsentience, clairempathy, empathy, the emotional body. But clairvoyance also is a very, very feminine energy, because it's very much about being surrendered enough to receive and see what is trying to be shown to you. So you have to receive the information. You're not actually forcefully trying to see anything. You're sitting back and allowing yourself to be shown. And that is the best way to use your clairvoyance. If you try to sit there and see, you might find yourself struggling and blocking yourself. It does help to have an intention, desire, or goal set before you go into your meditation or your clairvoyance or your trance state. But if you're sitting there trying to force yourself to see something specific, you're going to give yourself a headache. So you really need to work on sitting back, relaxing, and allowing yourself to be shown rather than trying to see when it comes to working with clairvoyance. Thanks, Fairy. Juice, I want to see that. Are you going to do personal readings at the end? Yeah, if there's time, I will. But if there's like 25 people in the chat, like, I can't. I just couldn't even fit everybody in. I would be on all night. Like right now we have 21 people, but that's fine. If there is a lot of you and I think I can get through it pretty quickly, we'll see. I do want to do personal reads at the end because I didn't get to do them last 2 weeks. So that is going to be my goal for tonight. I just don't want to make any promises because it does take me a long time to get through them sometimes, and I don't want to be on for 3 hours. I do have 2 sessions tomorrow. Wednesdays are always kind of busy for me. I think that's why it's been hard for me to do the personal readings at the end, because I always know that I'm going to have people that I have to deal with in the next day, and I have to be, available for them. I can't be completely exhausted because I've been on live stream all night. Moon clairs, lunar clairs, yeah. Stephen Talbot, welcome. I've been seeing repeating 6s. So 6s, I always connect 6s to gifts. So especially if you're seeing them in triples, you're looking at gifts coming online, as well as remembering things from your past. So these are gifts, psychic abilities that you've mastered from the past coming back online. A lot of times dormant things that were stagnant or blocked coming online. And then also looking, because I also connect 6 to the past. So looking in the past where you may have been holding on to trauma or suppression to your gifts and allowing those blocks to be released, which also helps those gifts come online more easily and more powerfully. So 6s could be telling you, letting you know that your gifts are coming online. It could also be kind of letting you know that there's changes happening, or there's changes or shifts that have happened recently in your physical reality, your physical environment, that could be opening up new opportunities for you. So pay attention to the things that have changed very recently. Pay attention to any shifts or cycles that you've recently got yourself out of. These are patterns, dependencies, or codependencies that you've recently become aware of or released yourself from. And so if you're seeing a lot of sixes, it's also saying, hey, these are things that you're becoming aware of and you're moving out of this cycle. Continue moving forward. That next step, you might find yourself in a little bit of a liminal space where you might feel as if there might be some delays or things not turning out the way that you had hoped. But that's just because when you were kind of seeing all those sixes, you were being given the opportunity to plant new seeds that weren't connected to those old traumas and those karmic cycles and those old perceptions. And so these new seeds are having to take time to essentially incubate under the ground. So there's no sight of them yet. Or maybe you're only seeing the sprouts, but there is no harvest, there is no fruition, and you don't even know if these seeds are going to grow properly. So that stage is always the hardest for everybody after new seeds have been planted and you're going through this process of change, this process of shifting things around in your reality and in your environment, that you may feel in kind of a limbo state. You may feel lost. You may feel like you don't know what to do next or where to go next or where you even are supposed to be right now. So this is actually where you're kind of being given the opportunity to really review and reevaluate everything that is present in your physical reality right now and reflect on your past and see what you want to continue moving forward with and what is needing to be let go of. Okay, and so let's dive into the environment a little bit, since that came up just now as I was kind of going through that. We got commitment in reverse. So some of you guys have soul contracts with other people or commitments to other people, and you're not following through with them. And this could be out of fear. Maybe some of you guys are aware of things that you're supposed to be accomplishing in this life, whether this is a significant integration or life lesson or situation, whether this is building something with somebody, but there is a running away from your commitment. There is a running away from something in your environment that you know you're supposed to be facing and you're not wanting to face it. And so this is really important that all of you guys take a look at your environments right now and you look at maybe things you're aware of, like I had a soul contract with this person, but maybe I ghosted them out of fear. Or I had a soul contract with this experience, this job, this living situation, but things weren't changing or happening fast enough for me, so I decided to leave and go move back in with my mom or something like that because that seemed easier at the time. You may have found yourself in a situation where you're having to go back to where you left, whether this is revisiting that relationship through some form of communication or that job. So maybe you walked off the job and now you're trying to get a new job and you're having to go back and make amends with your old boss so that it doesn't look bad in this new job. Or there's a living situation, maybe you had to move out and you're trying to get into a new one, so you're having to make amends with your roommate so that there isn't bad blood there, so that there isn't this carryover of bad energy as well that affects the new roommate or the new living situation. Same with any relationships. Guys, this can go in a million different ways, so take this how it resonates. But some of you guys are having to really reflect on, where are you aware of a soul contract or a soul lesson that you're supposed to be having right now that you may be running away from? Are you running away from your own destiny? Are you running away from your own commitment? Okay, did you decide that you wanted to follow through with this thing and then back out of it at the last minute? And when we make commitments and we decide to sever that commitment before it's been essentially followed through from start to finish, we have to be weighing out the options. Is severing this commitment going to be something positive, valuable for me and the other person, or is this going to cause negative implications? Because when we have soul contracts, yes, we can go in and we can rewrite them, we can tear them up if they're not serving our physical experience. But the same with a physical actual contract, whether this is a job, a marriage, a relationship, you have a business together and there's contracts involved. before you either turn your back on that commitment or that contract or decide to sever it, you need to be not just looking at yourself, but also the other person and weighing out, looking at the balance. Okay, is this only working for you and going to cause all of this negative impacts on them? Because then you are going to be responsible for some of the karmic backlash of that if you were involved in the creation of it. So you're having to take in account that as you're making changes in your life, whether this is leaving a job or a living situation or a relationship, or maybe you've already done that and you're having to reflect back on whether or not that was a good choice, or if there's still some residual energy there, unresolved energy that could be affecting you karmically. And only because there may have been a contract or a commitment there that's not being upheld. So you may have to revisit that. And I'm just saying this because everybody has contracts. Everybody has commitments. It's part of why we come into this reality. It's how we set up our experience. So the more and more we are aware of these things, the more and more we can work through them or know why we're having certain experiences. Okay. Get caught up on the chat for a second. Yeah, my dreams are telling me new gifts lately. Yes. And crystal healing is one of those. And I know you have more. I'm excited to hear about all the other ones that are coming online. Thank you, because I've been pretty much demanding, expecting my growth to be like now. And that's so normal. We're so impatient. We're like, oh, I had an inkling of a vision, and now I just want to go full into my visions. And that's just not how they work. Or sometimes you'll get like one really powerful vision, and then you won't get another one like that for like a year. And you'll be like, what the heck happened? Was I blocked that whole time? No, it's just sometimes if we had those kind of powerful visions all the time, we would be completely overwhelmed. We would go crazy, and we would probably land ourselves in a loony bin. So it's just our higher selves regulating how intense our gifts are for us, so that we don't become ungrounded, so that we don't become overwhelmed, and so that we don't essentially turn our gifts off because they become too much. 6 is the lower mind. It's interesting that you say that. I've always thought of it very differently, but I can see where you would get that, especially with like kind of the 666 stuff that goes around. 25 viewers and only 18 likes. If you guys haven't liked the video, please do so. I really appreciate it. And thank you all for being here. Like I was saying earlier, I really don't know if I'm going to have time for personal reads, but we'll see. I'm trying to make a little more room on my table here. It's a lot of energy to hold. Yes, hello. Double 11 everywhere for you. 1111. Yeah. So that's initiation, manifestation. Pay attention to what you're thinking about. Pay attention to your energy, your vibration, your frequency. I'm really enjoying the reading you're currently doing and all the gnosis that just comes out of you. It's really powerful. Thank you. Thank you. Ghosts in a shell. Peace, everyone. Welcome, Katrina. Welcome, Tales of the Chrysalis. Exactly. Ronnie. I feel like when you're in the backyard, I feel like I'm saying this wrong. I feel like when you're in the backyard, I realize you're all alone, like standing there, left behind. Set aside the journey of the seeker, and all things relevant to you reveal themselves. Beautiful, Scott Murphy. Thank you. Loving the hair. Thank you. I really like, not rolls. I told Ronnie, I feel like when you're in the backyard and realize you're all alone, like standing there left behind. Interesting. Tony Blaza, what does Derek B want to communicate with me about? Oh, Tony, if I do personal reads, it'll be at the very end, and then I'll let people know if we're going to be making a list. But I'm not doing any right now, just collective messages. it just makes it easier. That way, anybody who's watching can get a reading. If I have everybody on the list, that's just, everybody has to wait, and this just makes it more available for everybody. Guilty of not letting go of bad habit. Well, I do then fall back into it. And that's okay. That's kind of how we realize that it's a bad habit and that it's a pattern and that's a cycle that we don't want to keep doing anymore. Is we sometimes have to kind of fall back into it, get out of it, fall back into it and be like, I don't know if I like that very much, get out of it. Fall back into it. Oh, I really didn't like that, get out of it. Fall back into it. Okay, that is definitely not for me. And then you're finally usually out of it. Sometimes it takes a few times. Sometimes you get it the first time. Not everybody is the same and not everybody has the ability to get through it the first time and just be like, all right, I'm done. Some people have to go through it a few times. Okay. I've run into the last wall. Can't back up any further. I see 20, 53, 23. Interesting. 20, 53, 23. Like that combination of numbers a lot. That's interesting. So choices, as well as like connections, relationships, zeros, starting something new, 5s are change, 3s growth, fertility, 23 could be another 5 change, 11, 54, 99. Oh my god, I realized I paused the live and missed like 6 minutes. Oh, that's okay. I was like rambling. I don't even know what I was saying half the time. That's the thing, is I'll say stuff and then I just like, I won't remember. I have to actually go back and rewatch the lives most of the time, or I can't remember what I was saying. I feel like I'm having to leave my birth family. Powerful clarity coming through. I can't be who I am with these karmic attachments. And that's really hard, but if they are affecting you negatively, if they're affecting your path, if they're affecting your energy, it's about self-love and self-respect and knowing that you love them enough as well to let them go and to allow your guys' energies to no longer create conflict. And you're doing it for you, but you're also doing it for them. And so it's really beautiful all around. And it's hard too. I mean, that kind of, it's not an easy thing. Bittersweet, I guess, is a good word for that. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Scrolls. So some of you guys, as you're going through that kind of that liminal phase that I was talking about earlier, that phase of not knowing where to go next, there could be multiple paths opening up for you. Sorry, I gotta put my thing so I can make sure I'm on camera. Multiple paths opening up for you here. Sorry. It's like mirrored funny, so I have to like do the opposite of the card. It's like trying to cut your hair, the back of your head. Has anybody ever tried to shave the back of their head or cut the back of their head and they've got the mirror in the front and they're like trying to do it and you have to do the opposite of everything? That's what I have to do with this camera. I gotta figure out how to flip that. But paths unknown. As you guys are going through this shift, this movement, this change, you're becoming aware of different opportunities that are opening up for you, different paths. Maybe one path connected to learning something new, knowledge, education, maybe another path connected to nature, getting very much involved in nature. There's also a path here that looks a little bit dark, a little bit gloomy, but sometimes it's those dark, gloomy paths that we learn the most on. So there's multiple different ways that you guys could be opening up to as far as potential reality experiences. As you're shifting from one group of timeline potentials into another group of timeline potentials, you're being given the opportunity to really step into a new sense of power, a new sense of knowing with the lightning bolt. And the 8 of Forces, that's another 8, so 8-8. And that came with the fated meeting. The lightning bolt came out with the fated meeting. So this brings me back to that environment card, the commitment card in the environment. Oh, and that one just flew out. 17, the lookout. 17 is destiny. And look at that. This is basically like a tower card. Because you see the burning down. the breaking down, the burning down. There's something having to be broken down, burnt down, that was connected to that karmic cycle. It was keeping you stuck. It was keeping you blocked. It was keeping you from being able to really tap into your creative force energy, maybe even your sexual energy. Some of you guys may have been feeling very sexually blocked in your relationships or in your realities. Maybe you couldn't get into a relationship because your reality, your job was taking up too much of your time, or this relationship you have that's not even an intimate relationship. Maybe it's a friendship or a family member that's taking up so much of your time and your energy that it's affecting your sexuality, or it's affecting your ability to be creative. But there is a lot of creation energy that's being impacted. Okay, so you guys are having to let that part of you, those parts of you, the interactions within your reality that are connected to those parts, the things that you're emotionally attached to that are keeping you stuck, keeping you feeling blocked, keeping you feeling repressed even, or suppressed. Those are having to burn away, or those are having to be purified, and those parts of you are having to go through a death process. Like the phoenix rising, you will be reborn. You will rise from the ashes of whatever part of you is dying. And sometimes that's an ego death. Sometimes that means holding yourself accountable for shit that you did wrong. And that's actually, I'm actually really glad that came up, because Friday's discussion meditation is going to be on accountability. And I'm actually going to dive a little bit into my own story, my own experience, especially what I've gone through over the past year. So those of you guys have been following me for a while that know my story, or know a little bit about my story, what I've been going through the past year and a half, I'm going to dive really deep into that on Friday. In my accountability discussion, I'm going to talk about how accountability has helped me traverse through a lot of my shadows, a lot of my bad choices, and has also helped me traverse through the consequences of my bad choices, and being able to accept the consequences of my bad choices and know that these are a result of choices that I had made, and that I am not a victim of my circumstances. This is merely a reflection of my own choices. And so these are some of the things that I'm going to be talking about on Friday. So if you guys have been following me and you really want to get some of the juicy details, check out Friday's live. It's going to be very triggering. It's going to be very juicy. We are going to get super deep, and we might go for a couple hours. So I'm excited to see you guys all for Friday. So let's get back into the reading. There is an overall energy of kind of healing our relationships from childhood and how they're affecting our relationships in adulthood. Okay? So this could be intimate physical relationships. This could be relationships you have with your coworkers. This could be relationships you have with your partners, like business partners, your bosses, your friends, people in your coven, or your spiritual groups. All of these connections that you're having are a reflection of those same relationships you had as a child and in childhood. So you're having to look at maybe where you may have developed unhealthy ways of building or interacting with other people, or in those relationships, and how you could still be playing out some of those programs or those realities in your physical relationships of now. And as you become aware of programs from the past, especially implemented during childhood, you have the ability to shift them in your now. Because once you see the program, once you're aware of it, it's no longer running on default. It may take you a couple times of running through the awareness, like you get stimulated and that program gets triggered, and then you maybe have a default reaction. But then you have the default reaction, you're like, oh wait, I've already kind of traversed through that and realized that's default and this is a program. This is the reaction that I wanted to have. So next time it comes around, you may catch yourself even before the reaction comes out and be able to go with the default reaction. And the more and more it happens, easier and easier it becomes until your new default reaction is in that higher alignment. Katie's Angels, welcome. My Instagram, Nova, everybody. She has lots of really awesome stuff, art, beautiful stuff on her Instagram, and I think she started posting some of her videos as well, and on her YouTube channel. Please share your YouTube channel as well, and on my community page, you guys, I shared one of her videos, so if you can't find her in the chat, look on my community page and you'll be able to find her there. Greetings, Eternity. 24/10/55. Thank you, Nova. Thank you very much. I'm so flattered. It's really hard. It is. It really is. And I feel for you. If you ever need somebody to talk to, you know where to find me. And a long time coming, you're ready. Good. Good. Namaste, little sister. Honored to be here. We've been working all day with the 222 Divine Feminine Portal this day. Amazing day to be together. So magnetic energy, you guys. This is why everybody's saying manifest today. You're looking at the opportunity to really draw in that which you want to experience, but you have to have your feelings, your emotions, and your frequency in check, because whatever you're resonating connected to, those wishes, those desires, those goals, is what you're also magnetically drawing back into your reality. So if you're manifesting in lack and loss, you're going to be drawing in more lack and loss. If you're manifesting love in like kind of a sad, depressed, or I just got out of a breakup, I just wish I could find somebody who would love me type of energy, that's going to bring more of that kind of energy back into your reality. So you need to be really aware of your frequency, your vibration, especially on a day like today where the magnetic energy is so powerful, that those thoughts, those vibrations are creating new realities, because not only is it a magnetic energy that draws these things in for you, it's an architectural energy, and that's where this 22 also comes in. You have 1122 here with the Ark of the Covenant, and add some. 1122 is an architectural code. You have initiating into that partnership, that foundation of 22. Okay, you've got the pillars, the two that create the foundations of 4. So this is within, without. This is the pillars of you. This is you and your higher self. This is your divine masculine feminine of self, as well as the reflections of that through other people and situations in your reality. Now I see 21 on my clock and 33 battery. Beautiful. That's a lot of 3s. I've been getting into the psychology of human behavior. Understanding why people act like they do is so important. But I don't read books about this. It's all it's all new, my own thoughts, not someone else's. That's awesome. You should write your own book, Tom. Because every psychologist started somewhere, right? And it's all based on their own perception, their own view of psychology, how they view human behavior, what their opinion is on human behavior, based on their observations. So who's to say you can't do the same? So true, Katie's Angels. Good morning, Mayan Golan. Welcome. Angel Fizz! I love you. Thank you for being here. Okay. That's interesting juice from the sky. Where or how are you learning it? I love stuff like that. I feel like my creativity is in deep gestation mode. That's good. Gestation mode is beautiful, because that's when everything's growing. Think about how much a baby develops when it's in gestation. How much and how quickly. But you can't really see it, especially since a woman can be pregnant for 6 months and you can't even tell half the time. All of that growth is happening without you even being able to see it. Think of that like your life. Magic, making a greater internal commitment. There is no bad choices, just learning experiences. I love that. Yeah, so on point. You like the green, Angel Fizz? I've never done green before, so I'm very excited about it. I like the green too. Well, Eternity, I watch a lot of stuff on here and just experience many different people and their egos and just analyze it all. That's a great way to do it. Kiki! Hi, Fairy. Love your hair. And you're so pretty. Thank you. You guys are so flattering. Major deja vu of what you were talking about. Awesome. Also, you can transmute the pattern looking at the emotions within you, and then there's no resistance. Yes. Feel like I've heard you say that before, maybe a timeline jump. It's possible. Interesting. Or it could be just a download that I've channeled before in the past and it just came through again because maybe you guys needed to reintegrate it. It's very possible. How are you today, Angelfish and Kiki? Exactly. 18, 11, 11, 12, 12. Look at you guys. All kinds of codes up in here. You guys feeling activated right now? Will you do a live for Sunday or Monday? Ooh, maybe I can do it Sunday. I can try to come on Sunday. Are you off on Sunday? You have Sunday or Monday off? If I am feeling up to it, I will come on live just for you on Sunday. And we'll do just like personal cards or something. We'll make it just a casual hang. Because I was, it's funny. I was going to post this on the Discord and I just totally forgot. So this is technically kind of a casual hang too. Okay. The Karmic Trench with 4 of Scrolls. Really, do we need any more confirmation, Spirit? Like, you guys are all becoming so hyper aware. And this is beautiful because a lot of us, even just a couple years ago, didn't even realize what a karmic cycle was or what that looked like or how that was affecting our reality. So the more and more we become aware of ourselves as creators, as conscious creators, as multidimensional beings, our power as manifestors, and the ability we have to essentially shift, change, and manipulate the very reality, the very fabric of reality through just our thoughts, our vibration, our feelings. This is showing us where we're still holding on to these default situations, what we could perceive as karma, because karma can just be seen as like that first set of lessons that, like, this is your lesson plan. This is what you have to accomplish, and everything else from that is just for fun. It's free reign. It's all learning. It's all expansion. So think of karma like that. This is exactly what you had to get done in order to get to this point, and then everything from there is like expansion. It's growth. It's ascension. Okay? So as you guys are becoming aware, this is karmic because it's keeping me repeating the same thing over and over again. And expansion doesn't repeat itself over and over again. Maybe it reflects back on something it's seen before from a different level, but it doesn't continue repeating the same thing over and over again. So if you're repeating something over and over again and it's not getting any better, then you're stuck in something karmic. And that is when you start shifting. So the more and more you are aware of that, the more and more you guys are able to move out of karmic relationships, karmic jobs, karmic friendships, karmic living situations. Yes, you like the green. Yeah, I was trying to decide between like the light green, like the electric, I think it's like electric lizard green. And I went with the darker foresty green because it kind of was more mermaidy, sea witchy, and I was just feeling a lot of my Scorpio energy has been taking a forefront lately. So I guess I'm just embodying a little bit more of that sea witch kind of watery energy. And so green just goes with it. I need to learn how to use my Discord. Yeah, I am really bad about the Discord. Luckily, Brendan has a few times kind of posted for me because I forget a lot. I did leave a link in the information box. I remember to do that this time for anybody who's interested in checking out the Discord for the Skull Babylon community. You just have to join the Patreon. It's $11.11, I think, for the tier I'm in. I think there's a tier below that. But you join the tier. I'm not sure. I think it's $11.11 for leading members. And you get the Discord, which gives you access to, like, all of the other members, their services. You get to do, like, group workshops. It's just really fun. So it's like a whole nother community. If anybody's interested or looking to kind of spread themselves out there more or meet some new people, check it out. I've been a Patreon since last September, and it's been valuable enough for me that I've maintained it every month. I've met a lot of really cool new people. I've met some new clients through it. So if you're definitely looking to spread your wings more and get out there more, check out the community. Total sea witch vibes. I love that. Perfect. 2-day juicy. I am writing lightning instead of couch. Thanks for asking. Nice. Ride the lightning. Hugs. Beautiful. Okay, so let's dive a little bit more into what you guys have to look forward to in the future, or what you may need to know moving forward. Woo. So the Queen of Scrolls. Some of you are connecting with a very powerful feminine energy. This could be a feminine earth sign or somebody very intelligent, very intellectual, very wise. They could be very grounded. They could be very connected to their spirituality. They could have a very available third eye. The third eye is lit up here. They could be very much connected to channeling or working with the Akashic records in some way. They could even be an Akashic reader. But some of you guys are connecting with a very powerful feminine energy. So this doesn't necessarily mean a biological female. This could be a male that has a very powerful feminine energy. But this is a very powerful feminine energy. This is a very psychic energy. And this is most likely, I'm getting earth sign vibes. So Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. And this Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus is going to have either prominent Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus in their sun, moon, rising, or in their north node. So this is where you're going to find that marking, or they're going to display a lot of that kind of that earthy, grounded energy. But it's also going to be a very feminine, earthy, grounded, Mother Earth-like energy almost. But this is going to be somebody very wise. So this person, show me what this person has to do with. How are they playing a role? And I also get the sense that this could also be you as an individual tapping into more of your feminine energy. Tapping into more of that grounded Mother Earth feminine energy. Tapping into more of your intellectual side, your intellectual nature. And maybe even tapping into your own Akashic records. Some of you guys may be looking into that more, or looking for information. Setting your course. Whatever this is, this connection with this other person, or this connection that you're embodying in yourself as an individual, this very feminine, very grounded, very earthy connection, it's setting you up for something very fertile. And this could even be setting you up for some kind of movement. This could be actually moving. This could even be moving overseas, because you have all this water here, so that shows some kind of movement. You also have the rainbow here. So this person could come after some kind of a huge emotional experience, some kind of a huge storm, some kind of crazy thing happened in your life that just felt like a hurricane. Things came and got really shooken up, and then this person came into reality, this feminine energy that's very loving, very nurturing, very intellectual, very psychically connected, very spiritually connected. And they're helping you move forward with something. They're kind of plotting out this map and showing you where the treasure is. It's up to you to get there, but they're showing you kind of how to get there. They're helping support you. This could be a support system, a backing system. This could be a relationship, a friendship, just a mentorship even. The green and the dark lipstick. Oh, thank you. Hi, yes, very good. We aren't going to be live tomorrow. I don't think you were on when I mentioned this earlier. I've had a bit of a rough week, especially the weekend was particularly hard for me to traverse through. So I'm canceling the live stream for tomorrow night, but we'll play the live set. We'll be back on regular Wednesday nights the following week, so just not tomorrow night. And that's just because I want to be able to have fun and you know, enjoy myself with you guys. And if I'm just like kind of not, then I feel like it's not as much fun, and I don't get to be as is relaxed with you guys. Sounds like a rad community. Would you please link somewhere? So the link is inside the description box. So it'll say MysticSpiderman, School Babylon-NeoGonzo Journalist of the Future. So that's the YouTube channel, and then his Instagram. And you can reach out to him personally, or you can go to his Linktree or his Patreon. All of the above. Usually, he will connect with you once you, if you show any interest in the Patreon or in his Instagram. But definitely send him a private message or a direct message. Be like, hey, I'm interested in checking out your Patreon or your community, your Discord. And he's very responsive to messages, usually within a day or so. Alpha and the Omega. Yeah. If my husband is Virgo and his gifts are amped. He's so grounded, though. That's beautiful. And Earth is just a feminine energy anyways. Earth signs are just naturally a feminine energy. So that's why that doesn't necessarily mean it's a female. This could just be an Earth sign male that really has a very balanced embodiment of that energy, that magnetic energy. Love the grounded, magical people. Yes. And I think the fact that my Libra is on the cusp of Virgo, it helps me be a little bit more grounded in my airiness. Otherwise, I'd probably fly off into nowhere. With my Leo moon and Scorpio rising. It kind of helps me hold the balance of my other more chaotic markings, so that Libra... It's like a Libra cusp, so it's got that Virgo influence. And here we go. So, King of Keys. So we've got Queen of Scrolls with the King of Keys and setting your course with the fated meeting. So, this could be on an individual level. You guys finding a masculine balance, providing passion, fire, movement forward, stability, as well as the feminine energy of nurturing, support, comforting, intuition, sensitivity, as well as, you know, being kind of intellectual. Women are very quietly intellectual. There's not a whole lot of loud, smart women. They tend to have a quiet intellect. So this could be some of you going into that kind of that quiet intellect. So whether you're male or female, you could be adopting a little bit more of a feminine intellect, something a little bit more subtle, something a little bit more like you almost feel it in the back of your mind. The words that are spoken are more absorbed versus heard. I'm going to log off now. I have to get up at 4:30. Okay, perfect, Alexandra. And I'll send you a text if I can't make it on Sunday. Otherwise, I'll put out a thumbnail for you guys and try to come on Sunday night for you, okay? Beautiful, thank you. I'm good because my aqua moon keeps me that way. Yeah. I've got Cap rising. I think my daughter is... I can't remember if she's Aqua Moon Gemini rising or Gemini Moon Aqua rising. But she's Pisces, Gemini, Aquarius. I've got Cap rising, because you're Pisces too, right, Angelfish? Because I know you and my daughter have very similar markings. Except for your Scorpio rising, and she's either Gemini rising. I think she's Gemini rising, Aquarius moon. Good night, Alexandria. Sweet dreams. Leo moon. Yes, I love my Leo moon, though. I'll tell you what. I wouldn't want any other sign. I don't want too many people to know I'm that intelligent. LOL. Bye, JJ. Okay. We still have a lot of people in the chat. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do personal cards tonight. Let's just keep going with the collective and see what other messages we have for you guys. So we've got the Waterfall in reverse. So what that tells me is some of you guys, and I'm feeling this is a very specific person, or maybe just a small group of people, but I'm feeling like some of you are really closed off to your emotions. And somebody had mentioned earlier about sixes being close connected to the lower mind. Sixes are connected to things from the past as well as connected to our gifts and our abilities. So there may be part of you that is staying in a lower vibration, a vibration of kind of feeling numb or unable to feel your emotions. And this could be coming from maybe having a lot of emotions as a child or as a younger person, as a younger adult. Maybe being told you're too emotional or that you're too crazy or that you need to calm down or that you need to cap your emotions. And so there's almost like this shadow generated around your emotional body, and this emotional numbness that some of you guys are dealing with, this inability to feel your feelings, or this inability to get your feelings to come forward. It's like you feel like you need to cry. You know that feeling when you're just like, I feel like I need to cry. I just have this heaviness in my chest, but it won't come out. And I just want to cry so bad, but I can't because I feel numb. Some of you guys are going through that right now. And there's a need to see where you're holding on to something from the past, whether this is a past experience from childhood or multiple past experiences that essentially suppress your emotions, your ability to tap into your emotions or feel your emotions or express your emotions. And a lot of the times, most of the time when it's connected to the emotional body, it's almost always from childhood, because kids are very emotionally expressive. They like to cry, they like to sing, they like to dance, they like to yell. And us as parents, we have so much going on in our lives. We're constantly going, shh, calm down. Calm down. And so our kids don't know how to express their emotions properly. Am I distorting when I talk, you guys? I just realized that. Is my voice distorting when I talk? Like, is it too loud? I've got Cap rising, but my 10th has Moon conjunct Neptune. Yeah. So that's why you're so psychic. And that's why your psychic abilities have such a huge impact on, your reputation, your life, even your career, All right. Good night, Alexandria. Yep, no Earth. Short story, I have a Saturn in Leo. Good night, Nova Nova. Have a beautiful evening. Well balanced. That's a beautiful message. Thanks, I gotta go too. You have a good night as well. And I just have a lot of people in. If I start doing personal readings, they'll be up all night. So I will try to come on Sunday to do personal cards. And for now, I'm just going to keep pulling collective messages. Really, the only time I can do personal cards, unless I plan on just devoting the entire thing to just personal readings, is if I have like less than 10 people. I'm really glad I have all of you guys here tonight, so don't leave. But I'm just going to continue with the collective messages for now. And I hope that that's okay with you guys. Just because I can't be up super late tonight, and I've already been on for an hour and 15 minutes. 6 has to do with balance as well. Perfect. Yeah. All of the above, right? Sounds fine. Okay, good. Yeah, because it was going in the red, and I don't typically use this camera and mic system, but I needed more room on the table. I've been struggling the last couple Tarot Tuesdays, and so thought I would try this. Figured it would be easier because then I could read the chat more easily without bumping it all the time. I'm just trying to find a couple different, I'm trying new things, so you might see my setup change a little bit, my sound might change a little bit, my video might change a little bit. Trying to find out what best works for me. I have several different ways of going about doing things, trying to find the best sound, trying to find the best video, and I haven't quite dialed that in yet, but I'm getting there. No, but close. No distortion. Sounds fine to me. Good. Okay. Okay, good. Distortion. Yeah, distortion's great when you got a guitar plugged into it. Off for a joint? Nice. Wake and bake. Because it's morning time, right? I think it's morning time where you're at. This is fine. Feels personal to me. Good night, everyone. Good night, Eternity Journey. Wait up, Juice. I'm coming too. Nice. Perfect. So, just in case anybody's wondering that's in the chat right now, I'll probably come on Sunday and dedicate that specifically just to personal readings. So if I probably won't be able to do that tonight. I'm just going to tell you guys now, it's probably not going to happen. But that's just because there's a lot of messages that are needing to come through on more of a collective scale, and that's fine. And I like being able to kind of relax and chat with you guys and not feel like I have to get through these readings really fast or I'm going to be on for 3 hours. Have sweet dreams, Eternity Journey. Let's get stoned, Gypsy. Takes a bow rock star. Doing great. It's fun to listen your codes. When you giggle, we think it's giggles, and huge, we save the world. It's 5:33 a.m. Yeah, wake and bake. 7:33 where you are. Nice. And it's 9:33 here. 9:33 p.m. in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. And it is freaking freezing. It was like -10 last night. And it was snowing and it's been so cold. I'm ready for it to be warm. Initiation of Saint Germain. So literally the first thing that I was talking about today was initiation. Okay, initiation into your higher calling, into your higher path, whether this is into, a mystery school, a coven, into, a higher calling of spirituality, whatever that is for you, whatever that means for you. A lot of you guys are going through what is in some way presenting itself as some kind of a spiritual initiation, whether it's with a group of people or this is happening astrally. I had more of an astral initiation because I didn't have a group of people or a community when I had my spiritual awakening. So my initiation was very astral, very much in that sense. So if you don't have physical initiation happening with like a group of people, this could be happening more on a spiritual astral level. This could be happening within. So just be aware that a lot of you guys are moving into connections with your higher selves, ascended masters. Hot here, mosquitoes are happy. The PNW rocks. Yes, the PNW is beautiful. If anybody is familiar with the area or has been here before, oh my God, it's such a magical place. And the energy here is insanely gorgeous. You get out on the coast. It's not exactly warm. The weather isn't exactly mild, but there are some of the most beautiful places you have ever seen. We have a caldera actually nearby, about 40 miles from where I live, that's literally like a river of obsidian. It's a literal river of obsidian. And there's all kinds of stuff like that in this area, in Oregon and in the Pacific Northwest. You get up into Portland, you get up into the forests, and it's literally like a fairyland. I'm not even joking. The forests there are so lush and so green, and everything is so magical. You literally feel like you're in another dimension. Youngest is a Leo. Yeah. Purple hearts. Thank you, Tom. 11:35 Central Time. -2. Oh my gosh, Virgo Z. Holy mackerel. Emoji bombs. I love it. So cold, even Seattle got some snow. That's crazy. Is that where you're at, Seattle? So we have a few PNW people up in here. Up in the hizzle. Literally doodling picture of the Adopt a Friend orphanage. Best. Thank you. Spirit loves you, Faye. Thank you. I'm coming to your place. When are you going to visit? And come see me. Okay, so any other messages? We'll start wrapping it up here soon. And I will come on live again to do personal readings, specifically personal readings on Sunday if I'm well. Because it's just too many people tonight to go ahead and do that, because if I started that now, I would be on for 2 more hours. Okay, so last message of the night is the Divine Physician, and here is another 6. 6s keep coming up. Okay, we also got a 22 today, so pay attention to where your architecture is being designed for your reality. How are you designing the architecture of your reality right now? Are you still basing this architecture on stuff from the past wounds, past pains, heartbreak, relationships, physical relationships within your family? How did that affect you? Are you still holding on to that stuff? Are you allowing yourself to begin healing? The Divine Physician is all about going on that healing journey, as well as connecting with other people who are healers. This could be seeking out somebody who is able to teach you how to work with the energy yourself, so that you can start healing yourself and other people. But there is a connection with some of you even tapping into that as a gift. That we all have this gift, all right? We all have the gift to access energy and heal ourselves through that energy. Some of us are innately more attuned to it, better amplifiers for it, but we all have the ability to access the energy and use it. So some of you may be just starting out and realizing, hey, I want to start building this gift, this ability more. So you maybe find somebody, a mentor, a friend, somebody that you know in the community that has already been actively practicing working with Reiki or energy healing in some way, and have them give you some support, pointers, tips, advice. And here's the thing, whenever taking pointers, tips, advice from anybody when it comes to your abilities, take it as an awareness of that is how their abilities work, and yours may work similar, but they're not always going to work the same. And it's really important that we all keep that in mind when getting advice from other people, especially when it comes to our abilities, because even though we have similar abilities, there is no such thing as 2 abilities that are exactly the same. Your abilities are as unique to you as your fingerprint, okay? Meaning you may have similarities. Your fingerprint may be similar to your siblings. You guys may look similar. You may have similar personality traits, but there is an individuality to you as well as to your abilities. From Olympia, we had snow sprinkles. Yeah, it snowed about an inch, or about half an inch, maybe a 1/4 inch. Oregon closer than Seattle from here. Over, go see that river. Ivy Hay, fellow Washingtonian. Nice. So we got a lot of people from the West Coast over here. Nice. Beautiful. 2026, or 2022, 6/2/22, 6 love. I love that. Building the architecture of your reality. So perfect. Saw Elon Musk's Starlink last night. Weird to watch. Thought I saw them before, but those were light ships. Yes. You know what? It's really funny because I had a very similar experience. So I've seen Starlink before. I was like 4 a.m, and it's very obvious that it's Starlink. You can literally watch it you know that it's a, you know, a constellation or whatever, satellite constellation. And then one night, it was like 9 p.m., what could have been easily perceived as a string of Starlink satellites kind of appeared at an angle over my apartment building, or over a bend. And it was there for just a moment. And as I'm like trying to get it to show up on my freaking camera so I could take a picture of it, it wouldn't show up. And just like kind of faded more and more, and faded till it was gone. And it was there for maybe just a few minutes. And it was funny because there was other people that had reported it, because it was on a Star Wars day. May 4th. It was on May 4th last year. May the 4th be with you. And they said it was Starlink, but it wasn't, obviously, because satellites just don't disappear over thin air, because that's exactly what happened. And I've actually seen that happen a few times with UFOs. Now, we have a lot of activity over where I live, and I don't know if it's just because of the volcanoes or Central Oregon or what it is, but there's been a lot of activity, especially lately, with them in the sky. And one of the things that is pretty consistent with the activity is they don't stay in your view for very often. They tend to kind of fade, disappear, vanish into thin air. They don't ever just like go anywhere or dart off out of view. They just literally vanish. And Tanino. Hello, Zara! Just popping in. It's been a draining day. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, for me too, Zara. I spent the first half of my day in bed. All right, another 6. 6s keep coming up. So, the sands of time. And somebody had mentioned, I think it was you, Tom, earlier, about past and future. Because we all are learning how to have an awareness outside of linear ways of thinking and more of a quantum way of seeing things, our past and our future, we're also being given the opportunity to shift future potentials that were originally based on past experiences. So the more and more you become aware of your power in this now, and how the past and the future running simultaneously are being impacted, you can start essentially writing what it is that you want to experience, writing your own blueprint, creating your own reality, creating your own timelines. That's when you get into serious, this is when you become a master manifester. This is when you master reality. This is when you crack the matrix. You want to crack the matrix? That's how you do it. What a beautiful pep talk. Camera quality goes back a century whenever you try to take a picture or video of UFOs. I know, right? Right? Always. Here too. Controls the dream. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to put down my deck, and I'm going to start wrapping it up for the night. We can chat for a few more minutes, but I'm going to start shutting it down. We still have 17 people in the chat. It has been a great night. So many of you people showed up tonight, and please join the discussion Friday night. We're going to be doing it on accountability. I'm going to dive deep into my experience over the past year and a half, what I've learned about myself, how I've had to hold myself accountable for my choices, how that has impacted my reality in very positive ways, what I've learned from that, and what I can teach you guys, basically. So if you guys have been following me for a while, or if you're curious what's been going on with me the past year, kind of how I got to where I am now, definitely check out the discussion on Friday. I would also like to keep it open to question and answer. So if you have any questions about how to better hold yourself accountable, or find accountability in your reality, or even, if you're dealing with somebody who can't hold accountability for themselves, how to traverse through that so that it doesn't affect you as an individual. Because one of the things that we have trouble with is we want other people to hold themselves accountable for their actions, especially if we were involved in a situation. But we can't always get that, and that's just not always going to happen. So we have to learn to heal and let go and traverse through that kind of experience as well. So that's something I'm also going to be diving into on Friday. So please bring your questions, bring your experiences. If you have any stories about something you went through, where maybe you had to hold yourself accountable and this is what you learned, I would love to hear it. Friday is going to be juicy, juicy, juicy. It's also going to be a little bit triggering, so just be prepared that if you do get triggered on Friday, that it's just it's intended for your highest good, okay? And you can always talk to me personally after the live stream is over, and we can work through whatever you're going through. I'm just really excited. I feel like this has been a long time coming. We've been through a lot. And I'm not going to let everything that I went through just to be for nothing. So I might as well use it as a learning example. Because got to make gold out of my shit, right? It's all about alchemy. So that's what I'm doing. So I'll see you guys all on Friday. I'm super excited about that. That's wild. You should submit that sighting to Liminal Earth. Oh, I have so many. I have so many sightings. Does anyone have any books they'd recommend on shadow work too? Yeah, so if anybody has any shadow work books that they'd recommend, there is one that was really good, and I wish I could remember the name that Morgan had sent me. I think it was like The Power of Thought or something like that. I think it was called The Power of Thought or something like that. It's a book by, I think, Joe Dispenza. That would be a good one to start with, because not only does it dive into a little bit into psychology, but it explains the psychology behind why we need to do shadow work. Beautiful vibes, everyone. Take care. You as well, Katrina. Thank you for being here tonight. I have a video of a light orb flying. Saw it when editing and was told it was an aspect of myself. It very possibly was. Very possibly was. In their Merkaba form or their light form. You look cozy with those candles. Homely energy. I'm glad. I like the candles. Proud of every single soul stars. Yes. We'd be right there. I'm excited. I'm excited about it too. Have a lovely night, beautiful people. It is a wonderful experience here in this room. Thank you all, lovely loves. Peace, love, and rock and roll to you all. I love that. It's so beautiful. Okay. So I'll go ahead and make sure checked off on my list, dotted on my I's, crossed on my T's. If you haven't heard me announce this yet, no live stream tomorrow night, no live set tomorrow night with the band. I'm taking tomorrow night off just because I have two clients tomorrow day, and I've had a bit of a week. So it's been a really kind of up and down last couple days, and I'm just really trying to take it easy. I am going to try to come on Sunday night and just do personal reads since I couldn't do that tonight. We just had a lot of people in, and I knew if I started taking names, I would be on for hours. And so this is when I have to like kind of make the smarter choice to just like put it off for a couple more days where I can just essentially be there for you guys and not stressing, and people aren't like asking if it's their turn yet. That stresses me out. So I'm going to dedicate Sunday night to personal reads. I'll put a thumbnail out if I am coming live. And take care, everyone. Sleep well. You as well, Zara. My son told me he's a shadow worker. He probably is. How old is your son? He has been an encourager of my awakening as well as Ronnie. Oh, that's so beautiful. I'm proud of him. Good for him. And if he ever needs help, send him my way. I love to offer any assistance. Shadow work is my specialty. I have been through a lot of really dark stuff in my reality and my life and my experience. I've had a lot of significant life experience that is on the darker spectrum. So that is why I got into shadow work, because as I started learning how to heal those parts of myself that I could consider bad, broken, distorted, I realized how powerful those parts of me were. And I wanted to show all of you guys your power as well, and to not be ashamed of those parts of you, and not to be scared of those parts of you, because those parts of you are some of the most important parts of you. And some of us forgot. Some of us have demonized our own beauty and our own power. Yes. Good night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out tonight with Fairy. Thank you. And thank you all for being here. And thank you all for coming out tonight. And I probably won't be in my inbox tonight, but definitely leave me messages on Instagram. Typically, if I don't answer them right after the live stream, I'll answer them sometime the next day. If I have a session right off the bat in the first thing in the morning, I'll wait till after. So just keep that in mind. Anyone, if I don't answer you right away, it's just because I have to gauge out my energy so I can be there for all of you without, going through burnout or just becoming overwhelmed. So I love you all. I will see you all on Friday for the accountability discussion. And you can always let me know ahead of time if you have any questions or any topics you want me to bring into the discussion. Okay? Superpower juice. Good night. I love you all.